Here we are today on Jimmy Purcell's farm in Clonmel, one of our hybrid barley of the year growers, and we're speaking with James Irish from Brett Brothers. He's the advisor advising Jimmy on how he grows his crops. So James, we've just got a few questions for you today, and just basically what your philosophy sort of is with the hybrids, like why you're growing them, what attracted you to grow them and recommend them.
Well, it's really, I suppose, they deliver an overall agronomy package in terms of disease resistance, straw strength, straw yield and quality, and I suppose overall grain yield. This year I think we have about 25,000 tonne of winter barley in, and the average KPH was 65, and approximately half of our barley would have been 6-row.
Okay, very good. So they're starting to perform the genetic.
Yeah, the newer varieties is bringing better grain quality and better straw as time goes on.
That's going to guide you then to get more farmers to grow them, or at least
I suppose, look, it's part of the integrated pest management that you plan your rotation, you have your varieties, certain varieties that suit certain fields and certain land type in a rotation. I suppose it's about spreading your risk as a tillage farmer, that you're, as you see this year the harvest became difficult. You need the proportion of winter barley that you have some of your harvest done in July, and it spreads it out as you go on like into your wheat and spring barley. You
touched on extra yield there. What sort of yield difference are you seeing between, say, the hybrid and the 2-rows? Is it significant?
If you look at their department recommended list, there's around 7 to 10% of the yield difference in the recommended list. I suppose at farm level can be differences at farm level, and maybe not a substantial yield difference. But I suppose it depends on the field and the rotation, and as you move across different fields you'll have different results. But generally they are, and I suppose as we move away from less continuous wheat, the winter barley seems to be sitting in that position, and it's probably not the most favourable position in the rotation, but it is filling that gap in the rotation. On land that was traditionally in continuous wheat, the hybrid barley can put up with harder conditions. You have more vigour in the seed, and seems to thrive better on heavier land.
Hybrid barley's performing here for Jimmy. Why do you like recommending them?
They have a massive yield potential, and I suppose at the end of the day, for a grower, he has to try and maximise his output per hectare to minimise his cost per tonne. At the end of the day, he's selling tonnes of grain, and it's perhaps even more profitable for the farmer.
So overall, going forward for new growers that haven't grown hybrids before,
I suppose, look, what I'd say to anyone that's not growing them is to just try a field, get used to managing the PGRs, just get used to growing it, try a field and get started from there.
You're here working closely with Jimmy and other farmers in the area through Brett Brothers. What's their sort of thoughts on growing in the area?
I suppose, look, we try to maximise output in a sustainable and economically sustainable way. It's obviously important to us that tillage farming is viable. We need a lot of native grain for our mill, for dairy and beef and pig feed. So it's important to us that we can source all our grain locally and get it into our rations.
And that's obviously got to be quality grain. And
exactly.
The hybrids.
We need quality grain for the mill, and so no issue.
Hybrids fit that bill. Very good. All right, thanks James. Thanks for your time.